Dakota. So, and yeah, I guess you guys saw the old recap of the old trailer, like couple like months ago and stuff like that, and the new trailer that just came out a few days ago. Uh, so do you think that it's better than the which one's better, guys? Which one?
I think that would be obvious. The old trailer, according to Logan, because it is not because this new trailer isn't poopy garbage, and he wants to see
Okay,
that train wreck of a movie.
listen. I never said. All right. First of all, as a trailer, this is way better.
I was joking.
Sonic doesn't like we see some Green Hill and it looks great. You know, as much as I'm not sure we need to see any more Green Hill like for the rest of our
Green
lives.
Hill Zone, baby!
Woo, Green Hill! Woo! That's literally what Izuka does when he wakes up in the morning.
Also, this is highly unprofessional of us, Alex and Logan, console warriors. Yeah,
they know who we are. They're presumably, maybe, probably not. But
moving on.
Yeah, so
I want to go there.
Yeah,
I want a vacation
there.
It
looks like Generations.
It looks better than the fan film.
Well, I would hope so.
What about you, Dakota? Does it look better than the fan film?
Like I said, I would hope so. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah,
it looks 100 times better than it. I can definitely smell like Hollywood executiveness there with like the set locations being very bland. But the thing is, with this, I do like with the new trailers that is shown a lot more different locales, which to me that's what a lot of the Sonic games are known for, is that showing off each different specific environments. You know, and we get to see from like a desert, like we did with the old trailer, but we also get to see, the actual Green Hill in the beginning. So we see that it's apart from, it was the Sonic go back and forth between his world and our world, etc. So
yeah,
it's better. It's a lot more mystery and a lot more excitement, I would say.
Yeah, that was one thing I was kind of afraid of with that old trailer is. We see Sonic in the car. We see him running down that road. I thought that this was just going to be a freaking road trip movie, like a certain road chip, and I didn't want that for Sonic. So thank the Lord that that it looks like he's going to be bopping around the entire planet this time.
Sonic and the Hedgehogs.
Oh, no, that's we already had the boy band, except it had a girl. It was called Sonic Underground. I really like this new trailer. Apparently Sonic reads the Flash.
Yeah, I have the trailer pulled up and I'm just kind of like looking at different freeze frames and stuff, and I love that he's actually reading the Flash. And technically he's interacted with the Flash if you count Lego Dimensions.
Not really, because the
true.
Flash was only like a side mission.
He doesn't like...
You can't play as the Flash in Lego Dimensions.
Well...
But that's beside the point.
He's been in something with the Flash.
One thing I do wonder, though, where is he getting those old Flash comics? Because those are old Flash comics, like old Flash comics. And he's got like a whole freaking stack of them. Where is he getting those from? Did he rob a comic book store?
Has he been alive for a century and he's just been like hoarding comics?
I don't know. I don't know how long he's been in that little hedgehog cave that we see him running around in.
He must have found the one comic book store that was in Montana at the time, I guess.
Yeah. Also, he apparently has... he's also a bit of a Sonic collector himself, given that he plays ping pong on a Hilltop Road sign.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really like that they have like all these fun little nods for us fans. Like the logo on the headband, and
I'm still a little sad about one of the people that was working on the movie confirmed that there was a part that was cut out of the script where Robotnik would be
the Mean Bean Machine.
Yeah,
joke.
He had a coffee machine called Mean Bean Machine.
Yeah, that was lame.
That's a missed opportunity for sure.
Another missed opportunity. No Crush 40 in this movie.
Well, yeah, as far as... Well, I'm pretty sure...
Crush 40 themselves said on Twitter
legal
that
reason.
They weren't
I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have guessed.
I mean,
a lot of like
even if they didn't
paperwork
do
involved.
something new, I would have liked, Live and Learn or something to be in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be anything epic enough to warrant that in this film.
I would just as long as to have that electric guitar, like hard rock kind of like style, at least a little bit in there. That would be appreciative, So
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we get like a brief snippet of like a Green Hill remix when he's running around the diamonds. Uh,
hmm
I mean that's a nice nod, but I hope there's like a little more to it than just that, because Sonic music is like a very big part of the franchise,
I
there's
just,
only so much I can listen to the Ramones.
Well,
I
at
mean,
least it fit better than Gangster's Paradise.
oh my god, yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. I still don't know why they picked that. That's so
Because 90s, yeah,
Like-
no,
I mean,
no.
first of all, if you're gonna put any Sonic character to that kind of music, like it'd have to be either Knuckles or Shadow, and like, okay, so I have this freeze frame where he's like pinballing around a hotel room, and there's like seven or six or seven of them in this.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's a really cool way to show off Sonic's speed, having all these after images and everything, and like him doing a whole bunch of stuff, like having a pillow fight with himself.
I will say the CG in the new trailer definitely, while not like 100% convincing, is definitely 10 times better than the original. Actually, almost feels like Sonic's actually kind of there.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Well, it's a little weird. Like, honestly, just looking at some of the individual screenshots, it looks a little less integrated in terms of him looking like a real thing that exists in the world. But it's more like maybe because it's more cartoonish. But like, I'll take it. I will take it.
I like a cartoony Sonic design.
It's
that realistic monster. Just no.
Yeah. Now he's only as much of a horrible abomination against nature as he is in the games.
Right. It's cartoonish without it being totally uncanny.
Did you guys see like on Twitter? What's his name? Sonic's creator. He
Which one?
the guy who drew him on the napkin.
Oshima.
I think.
Yeah, that's Naoto Oshima.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I don't think that's his name, but
his
he
name.
had input on the new design. He said the only big thing left he's nitpicking about it is Sonic's eyeballs not being one, which honestly
I don't know if that would really work.
at least they changed the size of his eyes, so they're not like these tiny little things that want to eat me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with them keeping the separate eyes as long as it's just for this movie.
I would have paid good money if he had one eyeball and two pupils. I would pay $20 each time.
And then he also goes on to say like he wished that there's like a special feature on the DVD set where it's just the whole freaking movie but with the old design.
That'd be great.
Now I feel like that's a troll now. Come on.
This is gonna be like the Sonic equivalent of like the Snyder Cut.
Oh no.
I'd be interested in seeing some of that because people are like, there's a lot of people out there that are really upset that they fixed the design and made Sonic look good now, because now they're like, oh, now the movie's not going to be a complete trash fire that I'll enjoy for being a trash fire. It'll just be just a regular bad movie. I'm like,
I can like there's a certain level where I can understand that, but at the same time, we don't know how bad it would have been. We don't.
I don't want Sonic to look like that. I am much happier with him looking like this and the plot just being serviceable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's a big gamble that it is going to be the so bad it's good classic of that it would have been the so bad it's good classic of 2019. Although, granted, maybe it would have been a Batman Forever situation, and Jim Carrey would have Jim Carrey'd the movie. And
speaking of Jim Carrey, what do you guys think of him as Dr. Robotnik?
And not Eggsman.
What do you think, Dakota?
It's very surprising in the beginning, but I think he kind of like grew on me. Just because just that wackiness, zaniness kind of fits him and the Doctor. I can definitely see, like, he kind of like pulled a little like Mike Pollock, like, the attitude a little bit, but he definitely he's probably my favorite part of the movie, like overall so far from the trailers from both of them actually.
Uh, Funnily enough, he's like my least favorite part of it.
Really?
I don't think he's bad or anything. I mean, he'll suit the role. He'll do fun things with it, and he does some really funny things in this trailer. But I really liked that the focus of this trailer was more Sonic's design, how he moves, and just showing all like a whole bunch of stuff of what Sonic can do in this movie. Because I really liked seeing Sonic, being Sonic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was kind of the point, though, was like, hey guys, look, Sonic doesn't look like a disgusting, horrible, unfinished abomination.
Yeah, but with Robotnik, you get some fun moments with Jim Carrey there. Him seeing Sonic for the first time and having the most real reaction to seeing this thing in the real world, just screaming, going, "Ah!" And
that's what made it pretty much.
It always was weird to me, how like nonchalant. Yeah, we just went to that part in the trailer, and even the little robot drone is like staring at him.
And Josh Marston's, aka Tom the Cop, it has a similar horrified expression. You already know Sonic's there, and yet he's still looking at him like, "Oh God, look at this hedgehog."
I mean, that was one of the weird things about the adventure games to me, was like whenever you just go talk to random people and they just be like, "Oh, hey, you totally normal looking guy." Like,
well, that's why Robotnik calls Sonic an alien.
Yeah,
here.
and granted, I guess they've lived in that world for however long in those games. That doesn't explain how you walk up to a child while playing as Gamma, the 10-foot tall robot with a gun for a hand, and they're okay. But
but I also really like the moment with his lackey there, not sniffly, and he brings him the latte. Carrie Robotnik is just like, "Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them." And I'm like, that's Sonic Boom Eggman right there in the attitude.
It's humanizing, He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
Right. He's just a little misunderstood.
Just because you are a bad guy does not mean you have to be bad guy.
Oh yes, one of my favorite theatrical Sonic appearances.
Wait a second.
What are you looking at?
Okay, I'm at 144 in the trailer right now. James Marsden has just thrown a dart. He's looking hopeful that it's gonna hit. Sonic's got his hands on his hips like he's sassy.
And he's wearing this overgrown country shirt and hat.
Yeah, he's wearing that shirt on him looks like a dress. He looks like a poncho almost. He's like a tiny cowgirl or something.
No, it's hat. It's the Hey Arnold shirt without like the short pants to compensate.
Yeah, but at the top there's I guess it's like the menu maybe or whatever for this like bar or something. And
my gosh,
it says "Yo Mama."
There's a Yo Mama joke hidden in the background.
Oh yeah, when the on the movie theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
Also bottom of the barrel.
Okay, whoever was in charge of making the background stuff, just wow.
Honestly,
also welcome to the pit.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if this was just like a real place that they just went in. And they're like, "All right, guys, pretend Sonic's here."
And then they have like one of those crappy carnival Sonic plushies.
They're like, "Pretend Sonic's here," and that's why everyone's like running out of the bar angrily.
And that's actually a good point between from the last trailer and this trailer, is that a lot more has been confirmed, not really confirmed, but more so you see now, like, instead of Sonic just doing stuff, he actually is acting like he should be. He's the characters are interacting like they should. Mm-hmm. It's not 100% perfect, but there's comedy there. There's heart there. It actually shows, in my opinion, it actually shows what like parts of what a Sonic movie should be instead of just what it originally was.
like that hyperactive nature that both the trailer and Sonic showcase in this trailer.
Also,
Exactly.
when he throws all those darts, that woman should have died.
Have you seen like the edit of Sonic just throwing all those darts and then they're all landing in that scene from the old trailer where the old Sonic gets tranked?
Oh no. That's great. I've seen a couple like like memes and stuff, like one where he throws a dart and then it's like the spear of Longinus from Evangelion hitting something.
What is it with you and the van
No,
between the
no,
lines?
I was describing a Twitter meme, Alex. Shut up. Let me.
All right.
I'm not going into my obsessions right now. Actually, I am. I'm talking about Sonic. Yeah, I don't know why he looks so weird to me in this outfit.
Because Sonic shouldn't be wearing clothes.
Well, he can wear a shirt or something and it's fine, but that's like a human-sized shirt, so it looks like he's wearing a dress.
No, if you want to see Sonic looking effeminate, just go to the part where he's wearing the towel.
Oh, I've seen too much artwork of that. I'm going to it, but like, understand that I don't want to.
Also, Sonic's face when he's got the paddle ball and the rubber band balls, my gosh, doesn't that just make you want to punch him?
I just found a good freeze frame. 109. That's He looks. Sorry,
I am honestly surprised you're not screen capping these.
Yeah, but I'd have to I don't know. That's too much work. Yeah, that.
Yeah, just.
He's like
one thing I do gotta knock this for though. Ben Schwartz is Sonic's voice. Not my favorite.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible, but all I hear is Dewey Duck or Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It does the job, so.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't really sound like he's doing a Sonic voice, more like he's just actually just talking in his normal voice, which I don't get why they keep doing that with some of these celebrities.
I kind of would have preferred to still keep Roger Craig Smith, but I know
get
if he can't do it because of union Hollywood.
Well, in a perfect world, Jim Carrey would have played the live action role, but he'd be voiced over by Mike Pollock.
In a perfect world, this would be an animated film.
Yes, it would be.
Right.
In a perfect world, it would be all done in CGI, like the Unleashed opening. Ian Flynn would have helped out with the script.
Yeah.
Tyson Hess would have helped out with the designs, which he helped with this redesign, so we do get that. And we'd have a Crush 40 song and T. Lopes do a little something.
Yeah. Also,
take notes, Sega.
Tom wouldn't be
Take
in
notes,
it.
Paramount, for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I hope this movie makes enough money.
Yeah.
Get these people into Hollywood. Have them. They don't have to be in charge, but definitely have them look everything over.
I was gonna say, with Transformers, they're making like a Cybertron prequel or whatever that's going to be entirely CG. Can we just get that with this? Like, can we get like a sequel with just all the Sonic characters?
Yeah, kill Tom the Cop.
But then I guess Eggman would have to be in there. How would
we get that?
Robotnik...
Remember that original trailer where it looks like he's in Mushroom Hill at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can get Jim Carrey back as Robotnik.
We'd have a live action Jim Carrey in a completely otherwise CG movie.
Well, I mean, it would probably keep the same design.
It's gonna be the reverse of this.
I'd rather Jim Carrey be the only human character in Sonic's world than just having the run of the mill buddy cop. I gotta hide the fantasy creature from the police.
Yeah,
that we've seen like a billion times.
What? Mom? No! My car isn't an alien robot that's been fighting a war for several millennia that's just come to Earth and that happens to be part of a group seeking some ancient artifact that could change the course of history.
Oh god, I just realized.
What?
You know how this movie's gonna end?
How?
A giant ring in the sky. Skyforce.
Oh no. Yeah.
That's gonna have to be utilized somewhere.
I mean,
True.
I'm not against using the rings as like warp rings, because that has been an established part of the Sonic canon.
Well,
It's
Since the
just
first
never
game,
utilized,
kind
basically.
of.
just never utilized exactly like this. I mean, it's not that far of a jump, but it really just makes you cringe thinking that they might go
It's
the whole Skyhole route.
Oh no, it's just I was gonna say it is a little off-putting that just with the warp rings, it'll take you to like the special stages, which is like this trippy like almost like LSD like world and stuff instead of just like we're just transporting, I guess. So it's like chaos control or just like just pretty much like warping.
Well, well, aren't rings like a byproduct of the chaos energy from Chaos Emeralds?
In some continuity, I think. I don't know if they have
I think
an
in the
origin
comics,
in the
not
games.
in the games, I believe it's unknown. I'm not
They
100% sure. It might be in like a maybe it's
I
in guide.
I think in the games, like, they're really just gameplay mechanics, which is always why, like, I mean, I can get why for the early adaptations when there wasn't much to work off of, so they had to use any scrap of lore that they could extrapolate, but like I always found it weird as a kid when, in like Sat AM or X or whatever, like how rings would be used like in the story and stuff when I always just thought of them as gameplay mechanics and not like actual features of the world.
Well, as far as Generations is concerned, they exist.
Yeah, where does he keep them?
He collects how many? Gee, where does somebody put that many golden rings? I don't know. I
Say
keep
as long,
forgetting.
I mean,
as long
you use the rings too.
as long as they don't like shoehorn it as like some kind of like like a Deus Ex Machina of like the story to like save like Sonic and his friends and stuff, then
No,
they
no,
use it with like
it's
correctly
totally
and
going to be
stuff.
that because you see it, you see him like running on the Great Wall of China and then teleporting into the desert. He's going to be used, and then there's that shot in the first trailer where he saves Tom and his wife by throwing him into a ring. So
Actually, it's actually going to be Tom that's going to be throwing the ring actually, and he's going to save Sonic.
Is that his? Are you sure that's his wife, Alex? Are you sure that this adaptation of this animated character, where he's thrown into a live action setting with human characters that have never been part of the series before, isn't going to shoehorn in a romantic plot with those characters that we've never seen before, where they're going to learn to love each other with the inspiration of their good CG animal pal Sonic?
I swear, I just want them to already be married, and then she finds out about Sonic, and she goes, "Oh," and then she goes all action girl, and just dives right on into it. I'd love for them to do that and just subvert all the stupid tropes.
Well, if he's a cop, then they could be like cousins or something.
Oh, I don't know. We haven't gotten a ton of Tom the Cop's wife.
Yeah, assuming that's
his wife. I read the casting page.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Also,
That's good.
all right, guys. Are you with
We
me?
won't-
Are you with me now on the fact that the dog at the end of the trailer has to be named Mutsky, or we will riot?
We can only hope. But that's good that there isn't going to be a shoehorned in romantic. Well, I mean, there's probably going to be relationship drama, but at least it will be an already formed relationship, which means this will be better than Transformers, at least.
Or
Yes.
worse, they'll try to do what Venom did.
And what Sonic's going to be part of a weird 3-person relationship between Tom
No.
and.
No, they break up, and then Sonic has to get them back together.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No. I hope they won't do that. I want this movie to be about Sonic
Yeah.
and less about Tom. Tom is just like a means to an end, and not like, and he's not like the focus.
Yeah, but it's that's the thing, and people keep saying like, well, the redesign's not going to fix the story or whatever. Some people are like, well, shut up, just let me be happy.
We didn't know that much about the story
Yeah.
to begin with.
But it's just like we don't really have a lot to go off of that doesn't say to us, like the same kind of story that you typically see with these.
You know what was funny though?
What?
Back before we knew anything, we even knew what the original Sonic looked like, the synopsis for this movie was just Tom the Cop helping Sonic find his rings because he lost them in San Francisco.
Oh,
And
I
that
don't-
was like the dumbest plot ever,
I hope
but now we have some freaking
I
context.
hope they do have some scenes set in San Francisco, because if you remember Sonic Adventure 2,
Yes, I know. That's why I was like super crushed when Crush 40 on Twitter was saying that they weren't reached out for that, because how phenomenal would that be, seeing Sonic skateboard down San Francisco with the song in the background?
Crush 40 didn't
It's
do
fu-
Escape from the City.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, this is why
Ted Poley and
is,
Tony Harnell.
Well, this is why you are with me, Logan,
Mhm.
because you
Everyone-
fact check my
everyone-
idiotic statements.
Yep, I know who drew Sonic on the napkin. I know who did Escape from the City.
I don't think it was Sonic on the napkin who said the thing. Whoever said he created Sonic, I don't know.
Well, it could have been like Yuji Naka or whatever. But
Yeah,
Oshima did the design.
I think it was
No,
Yuji Naka.
But
It was
Oshima did the
Yuji
character
Naka.
design, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I know he was originally not happy about the first design on Twitter.
No.
Also, I had an earlier pause, and I noticed that Sonic had like realistic like dog nose style detail on his nose, and that was weird.
Yeah, they also changed like the shape of his nose. Thank goodness, because they changed it from like whatever the frick it was in that original design, and made it a little smaller. It still has that realistic texture and the visible nostrils, but it's a lot. It's narrower.
I love seeing
It's
a
got
dog
that.
like
It's got the
Sonic.
jelly bean nose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the size of a jelly bean. Also, this dog just licking Sonic's eyeball.
Well, I noticed they're specifically moving him so it's not on his eyeball.
It looks fine. I
Yeah.
think they did good. I think the redesign looks really good from what it was originally.
Oh, it's miles better. I thank Paramount, thank Tyson, thank everybody who was on that, because now I can go into this and have a good time, even if the plot isn't the greatest in the world.
Alex, would you say it's miles per hour better?
Logan, that is a forced joke. I don't think I fully get it. Oh gosh, what if? Oh my goodness!
You call yourself a Sonic fan.
You know what would be horrifying?
What?
We get a scene where Sonic and Tom end up having to hide in a zoo, and then they run past the Fox exhibit, the Echidna exhibit, the crocodile exhibit, and then
Beast.
No. It just crocodiles, and then it just ends up on the hedgehog exhibit, and then he sees what real life hedgehogs look like.
There has to be a scene where he sees a real hedgehog.
Yes, there has to be a scene where he sees a real hedgehog, and then he just goes, "Where's his gloves and sneakers?"
Didn't they do that in the Sonic X?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the joke. That's the
Okay.
joke.
See, there's something you knew about that I didn't, but
Oh, jeez, he looks nothing like a real hedgehog, and I am happy about that.
also, I think I'm noticing a more consistent scale, because there were some shots in the first trailer where like Sonic's size was like,
Well, canonically he's like 3 feet high.
yeah, but it was, I swear it was like,
Yeah, the CG just looked a little wonky with his scaling.
yeah.
Because they have that same shot, by the way, that shot you're talking about where they're on top of the building, surrounded by the drones.
Yeah, where is
they got this in this trailer. It's like brief for like a second, but they gave you like a couple comparison shots for that first trailer, so you can see just how much better he is. Hey guys,
What?
you know what I hate?
What?
Puma teased that because those are still Puma sneakers that Sonic's wearing. They teased it that they had some new Sonic product coming out, and then that got everybody, including myself's, hopes up for them officially releasing Sonic the Hedgehog shoes, like actual ones that look like the ones he looks like. No, then they confirmed that Sonic shoes are special and only for him, and that to keep an eye out for something else. That just crushed my heart.
I feel like Puma's gonna make about 20 more different Sonic shoes though by the year 2025.
So do you think?
And they still won't look anything like
Mhm.
Sonic's actual frickin' shoes.
Pretty much.
Do you think that Do you think that Sonic actually learned how to read, or he's just looking at the pictures in those comics?
Well, we don't know how he learned how to talk, so
I wouldn't be surprised if they just sidestep it entirely and don't question how. Of course, they'll go to like China or whatever, and he's gonna try to talk to someone, and they'll be speaking Chinese, and they won't mention how he would have learned English in this other dimension, why they speak English, and then I don't know.
Well, I would say that they're just speaking Mobian, but I think the Sega Ninjas would be out to get me because it's just called Sonic's World now.
In his world.
Yeah. Where one is all.
But maybe those comics are where he got his love of reading from, if you remember AOSTH and Sonic Says. Where did he get nunchucks?
Where... Dude, he's in the Hedgehog Cave. Where did he get a dryer full of balls?
Where did he get baby toys?
Where did he get signs?
Yeah, he must have stolen those.
I think he's a hoarder. Sonic's secretly a hoarder.
Yeah, he collects old comics and like bowling pins and cans and.
Well, yeah, he is from the 90s.
Yeah.
Kleptomaniac the Hedgehog.
Klepto the Hedgehog. Oh, jeez.
Also, is the plot of this movie really going to like get kicked into gear because Sonic played baseball too hard?
Well, at some point, because we also have that shot where he's just running out on that street. He runs too fast, causes a power outage that knocks out half of the United States. The military, worried about this, calls in Robotnik, even though he's kind of unhinged. He discovers Sonic's superpowers.
Hold on a second.
And wants to use it to either take over the world or weaponize it or something. And Sonic doesn't want that, and he utilizes Tom the Cop to find the rings, go home.
So why would Tom barge in with a trank gun unless... I guess they know it's an animal that's in there. And that's why he's not in, like, police officer gear and whatnot, because...
Well, it's at his home because it's in his shed.
Oh, it is? Okay. So if he thinks it's an intruder, he's just gonna trank him. So he just doesn't notice this,
That's right, because killing is bad.
Sonic's a freeloader. Oh god, could you imagine if he just walked in and just shot Sonic?
Wow, that'd be an amazing movie, and all the Sonic haters out there would applaud it and say, wow, that was a short movie.
Yeah.
Loved it. And loved every moment.
Yeah, as a Sonic fan, I would wholeheartedly approve. I hate Sonic.
Oh my god.
That's why I own all this merchandise and play all the games.
I can count at least 20 hedgehogs in here.
Dude, okay, do I have to tell the story again?
No, don't tell the story.
When I woke up from the nap.
Oh, now you have to tell the story because you gave them too much information.
Yeah. I just woke up from a nap and I looked in front of me and I saw like a Sonic like statue or something, and I wasn't fully awake, and I was just looking around my room and I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like I was starting to get scared for a second because I'm like, that blue guy's everywhere, and then I was like, oh, that's just Sonic.
Can't escape the blue one, you know.
Yeah,
the blue guy. So yeah, you guys excited? I guess for the whenever the movie.
Oh yeah,
we'll be so much more optimistic now.
Yeah,
I can say
we'll be there day one, only thing I got left to really talk about is what is with this new Sega logo.
Yeah, hold on. I was trying to like.
Yeah, I got like a screen cap of it from an earlier video, but for some reason they got like not just Sonic. It's like a whole bunch of tiny screens from various Sega games.
Yeah, so this is like a company logo, unless they want to make like future movie products and use these, like I'm seeing like Shenmue, Virtua Fighter,
Sonic Lost World for some reason.
Yeah, what is that? Virtua Racing,
like
Dreamcast, Sega Saturn.
Racing, yep.
Yeah,
got Jet Set Radios in there. Columns is
Virtua Fighter again.
Yeah,
Alex Kidd's in there. Shinobi's in there.
A lot of this more
Space Channel 5.
So here's a theory that I actually have. So Sega actually about 2014, 2015, as they released the plan of their road to 2020 for utilizing their IPs in different ways, and we've seen that over the years, especially with like how big the Yakuza franchise has gotten and stuff. So my question is what's going to happen next year? What's Sega's big, huge plan that's going to utilize all these IPs? Is it going to be like a giant like collaboration game? Are we going to be like, or is like certain IPs getting really big games back? It's I don't know. I'm excited actually kind of for it, and that's so yeah.
Sega
That's
All Stars Fighting,
you
please.
never
Sega
know.
Smash
So
Brothers, please.
You I would only pick Sonic, and then you'd just school me because Sonic would probably be like the Mario.
Because I'd be like no, he'd be too fast for that. But I'd be
I mean like the basic.
I'd be maining like Segata Sanshiro or the car from Fighters Mega Mix.
so we're gonna have to wait till next year then. So
God, I hope that happens, but yeah,
That'd be
maybe they're
awesome.
making a Sega cinematic universe. Although there's a little bit of history behind that, because not only has Sonic been having like attempts to get movies off the ground since the 90s, but there were like plans for a Crazy Taxi movie in like the early 2000s, but they couldn't decide on a story. Who would have guessed?
Crazy Taxi.
I know, right?
Who would have guessed that Crazy Taxi is a really hard game to adapt into a movie? And there actually was, in Japan, there was a Last Bronx movie that was released direct to video, which I haven't heard great things about, but that's from like literally one source because it's so obscure. So technically we already have a live action Sega film, but only people that were looking for VHS tapes based on Sega games in the 90s in Japan would have watched it. So
yeah, that's true.
But there you go. So a Virtua Fighter movie next year confirmed. Probably not. Actually, considering how live action fighting game adaptations tend to go, maybe not.
All right. Is that about it, guys?
Yeah, I think so.
I was gonna say good. I still think it's great that the producers of Fast and Furious are on this, but if they wanted it, they should put that for like if we get a Sonic and Knuckles movie, like Sonic's the Fast and Knuckles is the Furious. But I'll admit I'm kind of interested to see what would have happened if Sony had gotten to make this movie like what was supposed to happen. Because if you don't know, in the very turbulent history of this film, Sony originally had the rights, and then Passengers failed hard, and one of their funding partners pulled out, and then as a result they ended up trying to recuperate by selling the rights to Paramount, and it was going to be PG-13.
Yeah, this movie was just in hot potato for a long time.
And I really would want to see that edgy Sonic movie.
It would have been interesting for sure.
But this looks at the very least decent.
I'm glad we're at least getting something, and at least that something is looking at least better.
We're gonna get something memorable, something that it will probably be a guilty pleasure without being totally hated, like some certain other video game movies.
Most of them.
I think it's just gonna be good, and that's about it. So
yeah,
nothing too. Least, it'll be worth watching once, maybe more. We'll see. I'll probably end up having it on Blu-ray anyway because I'm enough of a Sonic fan to do that.
Watch Logan go to this film 5 frickin' times to support it.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say, instead of before seeing the second trailer, I was only now seeing this trailer. I'll probably see this movie more if everything else holds up well.
There's at least gonna be a good action sequence or two because the CGI is pretty good, which is to be expected from Blur Studio because they've animated cutscenes for Unleashed as well as some of the trailers, and I think they did the cutscenes for, I want to say, '06 and Shadow, which the CG cutscenes in those games are great.
Okay, the CG
Right.
I think they might have done stuff on Unleashed. I might be thinking of Marza. I forget exactly, but I know Tim Miller worked at Blur, and I think that's why he was put on as the director. But yeah, and I think they've done other things like CG trailers for Old Republic, stuff like that. But yeah, no, honestly, I actually want to see it, which is more than I can say for the other. The other one was like, I guess I'm gonna have to watch it. This one's like, hey, you know what? I guess I'll see this.
Right. Exactly.
I think that's about it, guys. Dakota, where can our viewers find you at?
You can find me either on my YouTube or Twitter. It's just no Dakota. Just search me there.
Yeah, we'll have that down in the description. Thanks for having us, or us having you, however this tends to go.
I appreciate it, guys. It's always good to talk Sonic with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it's always good to talk Sonic with fans.
It's always good to have someone to talk about Sonic with that isn't Alex again.
What?
I meant for to have a little diversity, you know. We always spend half our lives talking about Sonic. It's good to get another voice in there.
Okay. All right. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Let us know what you think of the new Sonic trailer down below. And be sure to subscribe to Console Warriors, because we want to hit 200 subscribers before the year's over.
If you want to see Alex's initial reactions, he did a video for that.
Yeah, I did do that, and I hope this video blows it out of the water.
I did one to the first trailer on my channel, but that's
beside the point.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everyone, and until next time.
Yeah.
One more last fist bump. Bye.
What's that? I'm out of here.
We see today, a world we couldn't